Yeah. Anuvya, just be on the line itself. I'll continue that also. Okay. Hi, Moise. Can you hear me? Of introduction session for Tableau. Today, I'll be explaining you these points. Point number 1, introduction to data visualization. Point number 2, introduction to Tableau. So we will discuss about roles and products. Point number 3, we will have a look on one sample Tableau workbook. So I'll take you through the syllabus content and course duration with the additional document details. Okay, so these are the main points which we'll be discussing as a part of today's session. Okay, right. So it would be close to 40 minutes of session. It would be close to 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, 40 minutes of session you can take it. Right. Fine. See, the first thing what I would like to show you to you people is I want to explain you what is the importance of data visualization actually. Okay. See, we would be hearing about many reporting tools, to name them SAP BO, Cognos, OVE, then Tableau, Spotfire, ClickView, MicroStrategy, Power BI. So we have a lot of reporting tools in the market. Some people used to tell that as reporting tools. Some people used to say it as a visualization tool, something this kind of thing. Reporting or visualization tools, whatever that is. So the people can call it in any of the way, reporting, visualization or BA reporting tools, whatever that is. So what exactly is the purpose of this particular reporting tools? I'll just explain that to you with a simple example. So which most of you people can relate to actually. See, just have a look on the screen. Here the scorecard is represented in two different ways. Number one, you can see the scorecard over here in a normal table format, okay, which will give you the name of the player. So how exactly is he out actually, not how he is out, who bowled him actually, runs, matches, balls, runs, minutes, balls, 4, 6, everything. See here you have the bowler details, and the same thing for the second innings also. The same thing, you have a pictorial representation or a graphical representation over here also. Now generally if the people look at this particular screen, first of all they will get a complete picture of what exactly happened in the match. Point number one. Okay, so who exactly is the man of the match, along with him who performed well, so who are the best bowlers. So here you can see the result also. Now this is level 1. So level 2, within the same screen, I am not going anywhere. On the same screen, level 2, I can just go to any particular innings to understand what exactly went on. So as soon as I click on any particular innings, I'll be able to see the image of each and every player. I'll be able to see who exactly are the highest scorers over here, what are the partnerships, what exactly is the area where they have scored or where the ball pitches actually. So you can also go to the third level, which is nothing but the detailed analysis of each and every player. Okay, so everything is on top of one single screen or one single view. So you can just come back to the home page over here at any point of time. You can go for the other innings also, something like this. Okay, so rather than representing your data in the form of a table, so the people or the customers nowadays are preferring more on the visualization part. So representing your data graphically, representing your data visually. See here I have different sections actually if you break it down. I have a pie chart over here, I have a bar chart over here, I have an area chart over here. So first of all, individually what is that the developers will do is they will try to create each and every component separately, then try to bring them together and make some interactive options between them. So that's how exactly you can create these kind of visualization. So today what is that we are going to understand is we are going to study about a visualization tool called as Tableau. So this particular tool is used for graphical representation of your data. Basically to define about visualization, that is nothing but graphical representation of your data. Okay, so taking the structured data which is in the form of tables, columns and rows, representing that in the form of charts. That's what exactly we will do here. Now let us understand about what exactly are different roles that the people can opt for in Tableau, and then based on that we also need to answer what are different products provided by Tableau. Tableau itself is not a product, it totally provides 5 different products. So we'll understand about different roles and products, which would be the first and the foremost question what the people will be asking us once we start our career in Tableau. See, there are 2 different roles over here. Developer, administrator, and finally the end user. So this is not a role actually, this is something which the end user will have it. Okay, now there are totally 5 products provided by Tableau. Number 1, Tableau desktop. Number 2, server. Number 3, reader. Number 4, public. And number 5, online. Okay, so these are all different products provided by Tableau. Let us understand about these products, which in turn helps us to understand what exactly the people will be doing as a developer or administrator over here. Okay, so the first product over here, let us understand whether if these products are Desky or Webby tools. Now the question over here is, what is the difference between Desky and Webby tools? Simple, I'll give you a small example. Desky tools are nothing but which you can install in your machine. Webby tools are nothing but no need of any installation, just accessing that through a web page. Suppose let's take Gmail. So in my laptop, no need of installing any software for Gmail. Just open the web page, enter the link gmail.com and send the mail or login into my mailbox. Suppose let's talk about VLC media player or Windows media player, or let's talk about this WebEx recording panel even. So these are all Desky tools which can be installed in my machine. And the second thing over here is you can make use of Desky tools even offline. No need of being online actually. But Webby tools, if you want to access them, if you want to make use of them, you need to be online. Okay. So 2 things. Desky can be installed in your machine. Webby, no need of that. You can access it through a Webby portal. Second thing is you can make use of Desky tools even offline, but Webby tools you need to be online. Okay. So based on that, Tableau desktop is nothing but this is a Desky tool which you can install in your machine. What is that the people will do over here is you can either create or modify or read Tableau workbook. So Tableau workbook is nothing but it contains these kind of dashboards. So we will understand that how to create a simple Tableau workbook. I'll explain it to you. So developer is responsible for create, modify or read a Tableau workbook using this product. Okay, so that's why this is called as a developer tool. So Tableau desktop is something which we need to install it as a developer in our system and start working on creating the views or dashboards. Okay. Server is nothing but this is a web tool administrator will install this product in a remote machine with high configuration which can be accessed by users or developers. And that's what more is administrator. That's what I am talking about. Administrator will install this product in a remote machine with high configuration which can be accessed by users or developers to publish and view the Tableau workbooks over the Webby portal. See, this Tableau server can be accessed by the people, by the users or by the developers without installing it. So it's just like a Webby application modules. It's just like your Gmail or Google Drive or whatever that is. So see, Gmail who are maintaining it, Google team will be maintaining it. So they will have a very high configuration systems where they are maintaining this product actually. They will make sure that this particular link gmail.com is up and running each and every second. It's not down even for a second actually. So the same kind of environment will be maintained by Tableau administrator. The product what he will be using here is Tableau server. Tableau server is not something, an application which you can see by clicking on actually. So once you install it, it will have some internal services inside it. You can access to the Tableau server through a web page. It's a Webby application. So enter the URL of your Tableau server, which you can specify at the time of installation. You'll have a separate username and password for that. Log in into that. Now, as an administrator, if I install Tableau server, I am owning it. So whomsoever logs in into that, so I need to give permission for them. I need to give them the username or password, whatever that is. A developer can log in into that, publish his workbooks. A user can log in into that, look at the workbooks, what exactly developer has published. So this will be the final deployment layer, what you will be handing it over to the customer. Okay. So administrator is responsible for maintenance of this particular Tableau server environment. Okay. Now, end users have two ways of reading the Tableau workbook. One is from the server web page and the other is from the ease that he can download a Tableau workbook into his machine and open it either through desktop or reader. See, the difference between desktop and reader is desktop is a licensed tool. Okay, so one single user license costs around $2,000 Tableau desktop, but reader is nothing but this is a free product actually. The only thing what you can do in this particular product is you can only read Tableau workbook. That's it. You can't create or modify any Tableau workbook. So you can just recommend this particular product for your clients so that they can install this particular reader in their machine. Rabani. See, server minimum configuration, how much it cost is 10 users login you'll be getting, and the cost is $10,000. This is the minimum configuration of server what you'll be getting. If you buy a Tableau server by investing an amount of $10,000, you'll get the Tableau server product for accessing, to access among 10 users actually. That's what I'm buying. So it increases. So I think Tableau sales team would be the best people to explain that. But this is the minimum purchase that you need to make on top of Tableau server. Okay. Right. So public. Before moving on to public, a small question again. What is the difference between secured portal and public portal? Simple. For a secured portal, you need username and password. For a public portal, no username and password. Simply open the link, look on the content, whatever is there over there. Okay. Now, how easy to configure single sign-on? Okay. Yeah, Manoj. Reader is also a desk key tool. Public is also a desk key tool. Online is again a web tool. Just a second. How easy to configure single sign-on? Yeah, Ashok, you have two options actually, local authentication and OLAP or OLDP authentication also. It's an easy thing only, Ashok. That depends upon the licensing part actually. See, there are two types of licenses, Ashok. Just for your information, I'm telling you. Try to understand that. See, you can purchase Tableau server license. Just a second, Moiz, I'll come back to you. Let me just clear off Ashok question. Okay. There are two types of licenses, Ashok. First one is core-based license. Second thing is user-based license. Repeating it again. Core-based license, user-based license. User-based license in the sense, how many users you need. So that many users you can take the license. Core-based in the sense, if you purchase one core-based license, you can give access to multiple people, infinite people. But the problem is you'll have some performance issue. So whenever you go for the single sign-on, so which is nothing but you are integrating the credentials from different mail systems over here, right, Ashok? Suppose let's say I'm working in a company, let's say I'm working for a client. I have my client user ID and password given to me. So I just want to make that username and password in sync with this particular server login, right? Active Directory merge. So for that kind of things, you'll go for the second license type, which is nothing but core based. Why? Because we don't know, right, how many people will be added into the directory. So you'll go for core based. But the thing is, we just need to make sure that we don't have any performance issue. If we are having some performance issue, we need to increase that core licenses actually, 4 core, 8 core, something you'll be having in this version. So you have two types of licenses. You can handle it much effectively. Okay. Clear, Ashok? Yeah, Moish. Which will open it? Okay. Reader will open a workbook which is created with desktop. That's what exactly the purpose of it. You can either download your workbook from server, or you can take the workbook what exactly is created on Tableau desktop and then open it. Okay, right. So what is the purpose of explaining this particular question over here is secured portal and public portal. No problem, Moish. Public product is nothing but this is used for publishing your Tableau workbook onto public portals. which can be viewed by different people without any credentials. See, just look on the same dashboard. To open this dashboard, we don't need to open this page. We don't need any username or password. This is a public portal which anybody can open it and have a look on this dashboard. So if I want to publish my workbooks, whatever I have created, into public portal, then I need to make use of a product called as Tableau Public. Okay. The last one, online. Online is nothing but this is called as cloud or hosted version of Tableau server. So what is this cloud or hosted version of Tableau server? Simple. What is the difference between own flat and rented flat? Own flat is nothing but you are there right from construction till you start living over there. You take care of the maintenance, everything. Okay. So hosted version is nothing but a rented flat. You are just paying it. As long as you use it, you'll just pay for that. Okay. So the thing here is Tableau server is just like your own flat, which you can install, you can configure, you can provide the access, you will maintain it. Online is nothing but this is a cloud version of Tableau server. No need of you to do the maintenance part. Tableau team will already have it deployed in their machine. You can just make use of them by purchasing some accounts. It's just similar to these Amazon Web Services over there. So what exactly is Amazon Web Services? They will provide you cloud machines, online machines. So no need of you to get the hardware and put it into your particular workstation. So you can just buy a machine of so and so configuration over the online itself, and those people will take or make sure that that particular system is working fine 24/7. Only the thing is you just need to give the specifications. What is the RAM size, hardware size, hard disk size, what are the softwares that you need inside them. All those things you just need to give to them. In the same way, this is called as cloud or hosted version of Tableau server, an online version of your server. Okay. Now let me come back to the questions. Is there any way we can provide for creating folder? You have that option also, sure. So can we see Tableau public workbook made in desktop in public? Yeah, Vinay, we can see that. Moise, what is this SAS? What is your question? No. What is the full form of SAS, Moise? Software as service. Of course. I'm thinking about a tool called as SAS actually. Yeah, software as service. You can, but the thing here is Moise, development we need to anyway work on the desktop itself. We don't have any other option. Deployment environment, the final layer where you are going to publish it, you have an option for that. They are providing it as a service and they are giving the product to you. You can use any one of them. Got it? Either you can go with on-premise server or cloud. Yes. When you say public, do you mean corporate network or internet? Internet, not corporate network owners. Okay. Right. So these two things, what are different roles in Tableau, what are different products in Tableau, are the two most important questions what the people will be asking you. The first and the foremost questions what the people will be asking you. So once we are clear with this, then we will understand, so what exactly is that we can do in Tableau. The terminology is something like this. We'll just follow the same terminology throughout our sessions. As a developer, what is that I will be doing in Tableau? I will create or modify, or I should be able to read a Tableau workbook through Tableau desktop. Okay. So what exactly this Tableau workbook contains? It contains totally 3 sections. Sheet plus dashboard plus story. Sheet is nothing but it's an individual, you can create one single chart in one single sheet. One single chart in one single sheet. Dashboard is nothing but you can insert multiple sheets or charts into one single dashboard. With interactive options, just the way how you have seen now that Cricinfo website. Okay, and finally story is nothing but this is a combination of sheet plus dashboard to build a story on top of the insights that we are deriving from the workbook. See, you can call it as descriptive analytics also. So just giving up the insights actually over there. Okay. Yeah, it offers movies. Are there any Tableau architect jobs? See, Tableau architect is someone who handles both development, administration, everything. That's what Raban, both of the combination. He should be having knowledge on the ETL part also, not only Tableau. ETL part, handling the database issues or creating it, designing the warehouse, complete end to end, right from creating ETL jobs, loading them into warehouse, creating reports in Tableau. This complete is something called as an architect. Tableau architect also should have a knowledge on what exactly is ETL, what is your database, and what exactly are the things that you will do in Tableau. Okay. Right. So this is the answer for the first 2 questions what I was talking about. Now I'll show you quickly how exactly you can create a simple Tableau workbook. Don't get stuck up with the steps over here. Just look on how you can create a workbook. So this is Tableau desktop. Okay, this is my home page. To create a workbook, first of all, I need to create a connection. So just click on your particular source, what you want to connect to. You can connect to some flat file or you can connect to some particular servers also. Just click on what exactly is the source that you want to point to. As of now, let me just connect to an Access database. So the first thing over here is you need to do the design, which is nothing but data modeling actually. So whatever the tables that you want, you just pull them over here. Okay. So you can insert the tables, join them, hide the fields, create some new calculated fields over here. So restrict some data, add some filters on top of that. You can create some new custom SQL queries, some views over here straight away. So a lot of options are there over here. We'll discuss about them. So once you are done with your design, got in the columns what exactly you need, just move on to the sheet. So these are the 3 sections: sheet, dashboard, story. So in a story, you can insert sheets or dashboards. In a dashboard, you can insert sheets with interactive option. So in a sheet, you'll start creating individual charts. Suppose let's say, I'll take a map actually. Then can change the colors also over here. Even here also you can just change the colors. So you can insert both of them into this dashboard. You can set different options over here. Okay, something like this. So you can also create one more sheet and go for that particular representation. Let me take some trend over here. So I can take some dual axis with a different presentation and sync them actually. Display the labels. So this is how exactly you can work with different charts, bring them together. So you can make any particular sheet as a filter so that as soon as you click on any particular value in the source, the bottom sheets or the charts will be filtering accordingly. So this is something called as interactive option, or you can work with some filters also over here, just like this. Okay. You can make this filter as a common filter by applying it to the rest of the worksheets. So there are a lot of options what we will try to discuss them down the line. Okay, but this is how exactly you can work on top of a Tableau workbook. So sheet, dashboard, story. So story is nothing but a page by page representation of your particular sheets and dashboards with some descriptive options. See, this is my page 1. I'll just give it as state level analysis. New blank point. I'll take this sheet to product type. So here you can insert some description boxes and write down some text kind of stuff, what exactly you need. What are the observations that you are seeing over here? Something like Espresso is having huge sales compared to rest of the things. You can write those kind of comments over here. So giving some descriptive analytics to the customer. Okay. Something like this. So this will be just like a book kind of thing. Something like this. So we'll go through them in detail, but this is what exactly we can do as a part of Tableau. Okay. So let me just show you the syllabus content before moving on to that. It's totally 24 hours of session. Okay. So 5 days in a week, 1 hour per day. So this is how exactly the complete course would be. Right now in this machine I don't have that Ravani. I'll show you once we start the sessions. Okay. Right. So out of this 24 hours, 16 hours we will be spending on the desktop, and rest of the time we will be spending on server. Okay. Rabani and Moise. The problem here is to install Tableau server you need a system of configuration 8 GB if you want to go with the normal Tableau server. This is my local desktop which is of 8 GB RAM, but that's a 14 days trial version actually. So whenever we go through the server part, I'll definitely explain to you how exactly it works. But if you need it, I can send you a recording session of my previous sessions so that you can have a look on that. Okay. That's the problem. That's it. Okay. Right. So that's about course duration. I'll send you the syllabus content along with the recording session to you people. You can just have a look on that. So now let me call you one by one. You can ask me whatever the questions that you are having. Okay. Practice also, I'll take care of that, Vinay. we will be having two levels of practice. Level 1, I'll give you some dashboards to recreate them. Level 2, I'll share you 4 functional documents without solutions. You can work on top of them and get back to me. In case of any mistakes, I'll explain you what exactly is the solution for that. Those two are the levels. Okay. I'll make sure that you are installing Tableau desktop in your machine. Content of the Access database. Manoj, we will look on that down the line in the sessions, okay? So, but as of now, I have just shown you how to connect to that. I'll explain you about the data source, what exactly is your data, what is it about. We'll understand about that functionally and we will go ahead with the working part. Okay. Moise, any questions from your end? Nothing? Okay. Rabani, any questions from your end?
Yeah, can I speak or you want me to type?
Yeah, you can speak, Moise, now.
No, this is Ravani. Okay, my questions are, I know it's a great presentation, by the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Moise.
You have, this is Rabani Arjun, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, Rabani,
Right.
tell me.
So yeah, it looks like you have really strong understanding on this Tableau, and I really enjoyed it, whatever that 15, 20 minutes. So my questions is now, how do we handle the access issues? Like for example, now I need access while practicing. What is your approach? Should we be installing the trial version and practice on it, or what's your approach on giving this training, or do we get any cracked version of software, anything, whatever? What's your approach on?
I will help you to extend it till 3 months, Rabani. Okay, I'll explain you the procedure to extend it.
Okay. And it's all going to be only the desktop version, or will there be a server version?
See, server, it's only for 14 days, Rabani. We can't increase that. If you want to increase that, we need to create a different virtual machine for that. So I'll explain you that process also, but I'm just considering the normal desktops and telling you, server, we will be installing it at the time of those topics. We will work on that. I mean, you can have a time of 14 days to work on that and figure it out, Rabani. But desktop, we can extend it. I can help you out in that for 3 months.
And your focus is more on the desktop, right? Like you said, 16 hours.
It's not like that. 60 to 70% on the desktop. Rest of the 30%, you can take it as server.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Anuj, any questions? Okay. Vinay? Anuj, do you have any questions?
I just wanted to know, like earlier I had installed Tableau desktop, the free version on my laptop, and it was for 14 days. So does it allow it the software website allows it to again install on the same laptop again? I'm not aware.
There is an issue in that. I'll explain you how to figure it out, Anuj. I'll tell you how to figure it out. Once we start our sessions, I'll tell you how to extend that.
If it doesn't allow, then it's a big problem for me. I mean, if I don't,
I'm
not able to install.
No. It will allow you, Anuj. I'll tell you the method, okay?
That it is 14 days, right? 1/4. That's what it allows.
By default, it allows 14 days, but there is a different way. I'll tell you that, Anuj. Okay. Yes, Moise, I called you. Any questions?
Yes, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wonderful. So I echo Rabbani's things. I think you did an excellent job. In very short time, I was able to get the end-to-end picture. So thank you for that. Now, my thing are around data modeling kind of thing. So the reason I'm asking is I do have a little bit experience from Power BI. Now they also give the modeling capability, like how you loaded the Access database. Now, if the data is in great condition, you can immediately jump on to looking at the measures and all the dimensionality. But if not, does Tableau offer data modeling capabilities and some data cleansing capabilities, like splitting a column, combining columns, things like that?
Yeah. You have an option of creating a calculated field at the time of designing itself, Moish. You can do all those things.
Okay. Even data modeling, like establishing relationship, like say I have two tables, I want to join them as relationships. Am I able to do that?
Can you repeat your question in a detailed way, Moish? Establishing?
So, I mean modeling, like right now when you load the data, you are loading a data that is completely in a denormalized form. There is no multiple tables. Like if I have a model that has multiple tables like fact and dimensions, now I need
got it, Moish.
Yeah.
See, generally in the design part you can't do that, but whenever you move on to the workbook, there you have an option of creating calculated field, where you can create a new field by combining the data from multiple data sources. You can do that.
So modeling has to be done prior to getting into Tableau design, basically.
Yeah, Moish, if I'm not wrong, working on the modeling part in the visualization tools might not be so effective, which would have a lot of performance issues. I don't know whether if you accept with this or not actually.
No, which is fine. Every tool has its own way of doing things. I guess Tableau is trying to focus more on data visualization rather than, it's not trying to be an ETL tool.
Right, exactly. So what is that is any reporting tool that you work on, max, we will try to figure out all these issues, data modeling, cleaning. Manoj, just a second, Manoj, I'll come back to you. You can just work on the database part, which will reduce burden on top of Tableau server, Moise. That's what I can tell you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Manoj.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Arjun?
Yeah, I can hear you, Manoj.
Yeah, no. So in business object you have universe, right? Do you have anything similar in Tableau to do the data modeling?
Business objects. See, one universe. Yeah, IDT, I think you have the option of connecting to multiple data sources.
No, so my question, okay, Arjun, my question is plain and simple. If the data is not in the format that I want in the database, then what do I do to write the report from the database?
Give me an example, Manoj. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm telling.
Manoj, let's say I have two columns in my table. What I'm pulling over here, first name and last name. But I want only one field. I want to combine both of them. Yes, that you can do it. But what is that I'm talking about is, what is that Moise was asking about is, suppose let's say I'm having, let's say what is that you'll do in the ETL part, you'll create a job to load your table. So your source may have one table or two tables. You will get the columns from one table or multiple tables into your target table. So is that kind of mapping and loading possible or not in Tableau? That's what exactly he's asking.
That's correct, Arjun. You got it.
See, that you can't do it over here in the reporting tool, Manoj. Even in Tableau also you can't do that, right? You can't take two tables, pull that into one target table, something, sorry, not in Tableau, business objects.
No. Arjun, I don't know if you worked in Cognos. In Cognos there is a tool called Framework Manager, and you can do everything there. I can say, or let me ask you this: if I want to pull data from 5 tables and want to join, I want to join 5 tables and pull one column from each table. How do I do in Tableau?
That's what exactly. You have the design interface over here, right? Whenever you create the connection itself, you'll be doing that kind of stuff. See, over here, you'll pull the 5 tables and join them. These are all the tables over here.
So there is data modeling capabilities here. This is what I was looking for, Arjun.
I think, guys, Arjun, but you got to understand this is a visualization tool, so you cannot do heavy lifting. Okay, it can do only limited modeling, right? So you
That's what I said. This tool is not for like how Manoj is saying that, you know, this is in business object, right? Every tool is designed for something.
Right.
You can't drink your soup with a fork. You know.
But the whole idea is to get correct data. If the data is not right, then the whole purpose is defeated, right? It looks
I
very
think
nice.
I'm getting, Manoj, I think the idea is you're talking about data exploration, like somebody who's interested in knowing the data, unless they have this capability to do few things, they would not get to the bottom of it and know what exactly my data has to offer.
That's okay, Arjun. We'll see in the course of time. I believe it will be more clear. But okay, for the first class, it is good.
Yeah. Okay, Manoj. Fine. Vinay, any questions from your end? Can you be a little bit loud, Vinay?
Yeah, can you hear me now, Arjun?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please tell me.
Arjun, thanks for the presentation. It was very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Which I wanted to ask the participants as
Vinay, your voice is actually resembling up and down. Can you be a little bit clear?
Yeah. So thanks for the presentation, Arjun. I have one like I have 6 years of experience in Cognos. So I just wanted to know, I'm actually playing the admin role now in Cognos. So will you be covering admin part in Tableau, like, load balancing stuff or installing Tableau in distributed environment, that stuff?
To say you frankly, Vinay, I don't have that much huge environment. Load balancing, installing Tableau on multiple distributed systems actually. What is that I'll be taking you through is, Vinay, installation of Tableau server, all the configuration steps. Then how to provide security inside that, creating users, publishing workbooks, and how to subscribe your dashboard, scheduling, all these stuff over there, Vinay. But working on working on distributed environments, I don't have that huge setup over here, Vinay.
Can you give us the introduction on architecture? Would you be covering on that? Tableau architecture,
I'll
components,
explain you that, Vinay.
communicating with each other, what are the protocols?
Yeah, I'll explain you that. See, basically you have some different services in this particular Tableau server. I'll explain you the use of that and how many instances need to be there for a proper setup actually. I'll tell you those configuration.
Okay. Thanks, Arjun. One more basic question, like if in case I miss a session on a day, a particular day, would that be recorded and mailed to me so that I can refer to that? Do you have that kind of?
Vinay, once you register with your consultancy, I'll be sharing you the regular sessions on day-to-day basis, Vinay. I'll share it, I'll upload it all into my drive. I'll give the link of that and provide you the permission for your Gmail account. You can just open that link and download the recordings on day-to-day basis. That's how exactly we'll be going.
Okay. Thanks, Arjun. Thanks, so nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Vinay. Yeah, I'll provide that Rabani PDF also. Ashok, any questions?
Oh, Arjun, it's excellent presentation, Arjun. I liked it. In a short durations, you gave me an excellent one. I thought of asking a question, administrator, but Vinay already asked it. That's what I was thinking. Excellent. Okay. Thanks, Vinay, for that.
See, actually, the problem with administration is, Ashok, one thing is working on the administration part, we need some prior knowledge on how to handle a web page actually. See, suddenly whenever you work with your accounts, whenever you try to open your mail account in your office, what happens is you'll get a message like server is down. So these are all some basic scenarios or basic errors which we need to be aware of. Prior to working on any server part, we need to understand about how to handle a web page issue thoroughly. So that prior concepts I can't really take you through, which would take a lot of time, Ashok. So that's where exactly,
Yeah, I understand, Arjun. I understand where you are and how the environment set up and all. I understand that. Okay, I have another question. Basically, how
You're
many...
out of questions.
Thank you, Moise. Okay. How many servers you need to run in Tableau for configuration? Do you have any numbers? How many servers?
Services or servers?
Servers.
See, suppose let's say, See, server is one product, Ashok. I'll just try to explain you theoretically. Server is one product. If you install server, inside that you'll have close to 8 to 10 services like SQL server, web server, application server, something these kind of things. Each and every server will be responsible for a specific activity. See, suppose one of the server maintains your web page, one of the server handles the request to get in touch with the data source and pull back the data. One of the service takes care of the query execution part. See, in this way you have different services inside this Ashok, close to 8 to 10. So this is what exactly or how exactly it would be. You are asking me how many servers do we require. So if I talk in that way, suppose let's say I'm having 200 users who are logging on Ashok. But definitely I can't handle the load of 200 users. Suppose let's say all of them are logging in at a time. So my server can't really handle it. So you have two different types of servers. One is primary node and the second one is worker node. So on the primary node, you will deploy the main load balancing concept. Suppose let's say if the loading is very huge, then you will make use of this worker nodes, Ashok. I'll explain you that theoretically down the line in the sessions, not practical actually. Yeah, Ashok, clustering you can call it as actually.
I'm not sure whether this question was asked. If everybody got a chance, I would like to ask one question.
Let me complete, Moise.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting on. Go ahead.
Okay. So Arjun, another question is, do you experience any complex dashboards so that can you present on the in that training some kind of a complex you faced?
See, as a part of covering up the interview questions, Ashok, we will be working on one complex scenario, one simple scenario. I will be explaining you them apart from the training sessions, so that you can answer that into your particular, I mean, whenever you have some interview, you can go through that, Ashok. I'll explain you one complex scenario and one simple scenario. But I think you need to change that based upon your domain knowledge, Ashok. Again, that's a point to underline. Suppose let's say you're working in a pharma domain, you need to change that scenario in terms of your pharma words actually. That's what Ashok.
Okay, that's good one. So the another thing is, are you going to train us in performance issues, handling performance? Basically, it is an admin job, and that's already covered. I'm just asking.
No, on the desktop I'll explain you. So how can you resolve the performance issues?
Yeah, that's a major important question people will try to ask.
Yeah. I understand the importance of that
performance. Okay, thanks. Oh, another basic question. Another basic.
Tell me, Ashok.
Is there a way we can pass parameters, the Tableau's reports?
You can pass it.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Moise, I'll come back to you. Let me finish off questions from Sharma. Sharma, any questions?
No, I think Arjun, I'm good.
Okay, Sharma, fine. Yeah, Moise, mic is back to you.
All right. The thing I wanted to know was about the public offering, right? Where if you don't have a server, you can sign up for a cloud-based solution, right? I think that is one of the offering of Tableau. So that is a monthly charge. Do you have?
It's not a monthly charge. See, generally that depends upon your agreement with this Tableau vendors. It's not a fixed one actually. I'll tell you this thing. See, basically these Tableau vendors, suppose let's say in Hyderabad, you have these Goldstone Technologies. Okay. These people provide Tableau partnership actually. They sponsor this Tableau partnership for MNCs without any rules or regulations actually. They will try to promote their product. But let's say it's not an MNC. It's a small company with a people of 50 to 100. Then they may not give us all the options actually. So for MNCs, they may tell that, okay, you take it for a month and pay it. But for a normal companies, they may not say that you can take it for a month and return back. So that depends upon our agreement with the vendors of Tableau Moise. It's not fixed actually.
So on the same line, so we do have an option. Let's say, like we get onto this class, we are folks of 10 folks on this class. And if we buy a service like this, I'm not getting into the cost, just throwing out ideas. Now we can buy this service, host our Tableau workbooks, and see how it look and feel, kind of thing. So I was trying to go in that similar line, because a lot of people on Tableau also have this option of, because everybody is going on cloud kind of thing, right? Nobody wants to take the headache of, as you said, if the server is too busy, scaling out and or scaling up would become on you to take care. If you go with a cloud offering of that same server, all you're doing is managing it based on the contract, whether you want to do it for a on demand basis and all that stuff.
But the thing here is, Moish, the problem is, I'm telling you about the real-time scenarios, Moish. As per the training is concerned, no need of spending that much amount on that. 14 days version, you can work out on that, Moish. But let me tell you about the real-time environment. Customers will not be ready to put their workbooks on the online environment or on the cloud machines actually. So they will try to deploy all the things into their own machines, right? So that's the main point why the people won't prefer online in most of the cases. They will try to deploy everything on their servers, Tableau servers, which has some security options that can be controlled by them. That's what noise.
Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Anusha, you can just stay back. Yeah, so rest of the people, if you don't have any questions, yeah, we can close it for.
Arjun, one question I have. So when are you planning on starting this training?
Tomorrow, 10 p.m. IST.
10 p.m. IST. Okay. All right. Thank you.
And for your information, tomorrow we will be starting with some basic part of SQL, just for the people who are from non-SQL background. So tomorrow 1 hour I'll be explaining them about basics of SQL. Okay. So yeah, it's up to you people. If you are good with SQL, yes, you can skip it, or else yes, you can attend it.
So the actual Tableau thing will be not tomorrow then. It will be like
not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll take the people through some basics of SQL.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Arjun, the final question: how do we apply for this course?
You can just contact suntrainings.com, who is the organizer over here, your consultancy. You can just contact.
Can you give it, provide it in the chat so that we can contact you on that?
Just a second.
Okay, thanks.
I just pinged you in the chat. Okay, guys, right. Thanks to everybody for attending the demo session. So let's meet back tomorrow again at the same time, 10 p.m. IST, and continue with our regular session. Okay, right, guys. Right. Thank you. Thanks to all.
Thank you.
Excellent, Arjun. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.